Now, if you walk into Home Depot or go to homedepot.com and start looking at RYOBI tools, the selection is almost endless and it can be quite confusing. You're like, where do I start? Well, instead of asking what tools you should buy first, let's talk about what are you going to use those tools for, because that's what's going to make the biggest difference. First, if you're looking for DIY projects or you're a homeowner, there's some RYOBI tools that's going to help you fix the things around the house, like hanging pictures or shelves, fixing stuff at the house, just general tasks you would want to do. Number one, the good old drill. You can buy the drill with a battery and a charger. Very reasonable in the RYOBI platform. There's several different models to choose from. I would suggest get the 1+ HP, and we'll talk about why in a little bit. That's basically their top of the line, and they're very, very good drills. I put this RYOBI drill up against some of the top competitors, and it performs just like them. It's a drill that works extremely well, and you can pick it up and get started very easily at a good price. Next, you probably want to pick up a jigsaw, just because you're going to need to cut things with it. And it's one of the best jigsaws I've ever used. I absolutely love the barrel grip style, so it has this nice long grip where your hand goes. It's very easy to cut curves with this thing. It's a very powerful little jigsaw. Things, again, one of the best I've used. And you'll probably want to pick up a circular saw and maybe a sander, but there's a couple sanders you should probably avoid, which we'll get into. Now, if you're a woodworking beginner and you're just getting started, this is where it kind of starts getting exciting for me anyway, because the options here have gotten much, much better over the last couple of years. They've come out with some brand new tools that are very impressive. First, obviously you want a drill and an impact combo. I think you should buy that first. It's going to give you a drill, a couple of batteries, plus that impact for driving screws, things like that. And you can also get a circular saw sometimes in these combos, but we're going to talk about those in a few minutes because it can be confusing on those as well. But a circular saw is a must-have in woodworking, in my opinion. Also, their new 1+ HP router is one of the better ones on the market. It's a fantastic little router for doing little profiles on the edges of your work, like creating roundovers, chamfers, or even cutting small grooves, that sort of thing. It's one of the most useful tools a woodworker will ever buy. And there's some projects that are going to require a jigsaw. If you're making charcuterie boards with weird looking handles, things like that, these will come in key. And finally, the brad nailer. These things are very useful to have in and around the shop for tacking things up to hold them in place while the glue dries, or just building complete projects with a brad nailer. I've had this brad nailer for a couple of years now. Been seriously impressed with it. I had the previous model before the 1+ HP. Loved it as well. Or path number 3, you're not looking for DIY project tools, you're not looking for woodworking tools, but you are looking for garage and home tools. RYOBI has those covered too, because they have a ton of options, especially in outdoor power equipment, that they just keep adding to. If you look at Home Depot or homedepot.com, you're going to see 2 different battery lines for their outdoor tools, 18 volt or the 40 volt. In my opinion, if you're going with the outdoor tools, get the 40 volt. You're going to get better battery life, more power out of the tools. I have several outdoor power tools from RYOBI in the 40 volt line. I've been nothing but impressed with them. I have a string trimmer, I have a lawnmower, and I do have a chainsaw. All of them have been very good. We've used them over a year now with our little small yard we have, and they worked extremely well. They even now have riding lawnmowers, 0-turn, cordless lawnmowers in the 80 volt platform, which is insane. So if you're looking for the outdoor tools, I would just skip the 18 volt line unless you already have the 18 volt batteries and you want to pick up one of their 18 volt string trimmers, something like that. I think that's fine. But if you're starting new, I would go 40 volt. And another thing to keep an eye on are RYOBI batteries. Now, this one battery worked with tools way back to 1996, but the battery technology has advanced over the years. Even though they've kept the same profile that fits in the same tools, there are better batteries versus the old batteries, or even some that are just a few years old, like this RYOBI 1+ battery. This is an older technology now. If you look, there are now batteries called Edge batteries. You'll see this logo on them. Both 40 volt and 18 volt have Edge on there. This battery is the latest technology. It's a tabless technology inside. These batteries have more power. We've used the same tool with the Edge battery versus the standard battery, and there's a massive difference in the power output that's coming in. And these batteries just last longer as far as runtime goes. So if you can budget the Edge batteries, I would highly recommend picking them up. Or if you already have RYOBI batteries and you haven't tried the Edge batteries, give them a shot. I think you'll be impressed.